Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll share with you all how to make this very delicious native rice. I hope you stay tuned to the end. So for this, I'll be using some cow skin, some goat's meat, and then I'll also be using some beef. Please make sure to use whichever kind of meats you prefer. I also have some onion and pepper. These are scotch bonnet pepper. I will go ahead to blend them and set aside. So into my pot, I would go in with the meat and then I would go in with some seasoning, some salt, and then the blended onion and pepper mixture. Keeping it simple for this recipe is what actually makes it so delicious in my own opinion, okay? So go ahead to add in enough water that can cook the meat through. Then just cover this up and let it do its thing. After 25 minutes, I came back to check on it, and at this point, the cow skin was ready, same as the beef. Make sure you always check on the meat so you are sure that they are properly cooked before you take them out. So just in case you're using different kinds of meat just like I'm doing, you want to make sure that you cook them very well. Hence, I'm taking out the cow skin and then the beef so that the goat's meat can cook properly. So I just added in more water, covered it and allowed to cook. So for the rice, I'll be using basmati rice. Feel free to use whichever kind of rice you have available. For this, you want to make sure you rinse this multiple times until the water runs clear. I washed mine for about 7 to 8 times. So that was the first water and then this is the last water. I hope you can see the difference. So once you're done with that, set aside. And then this is the pepper mixture I'll be using. I have some tatashe here. I also have some shombo and then some scotch bonnet peppers. So I would go ahead to prep the tatashe and then the shombo. Prepping it is just basically taking out the seeds from it. These seeds, once you take them out, it's going to help you get a sweeter taste from the peppers. But when you blend it with the seed, you get a bitter, slightly bitter taste when you're done cooking it. So I would always recommend you take out the seeds. Once I'm done taking out the seeds from the tatashe and shombo, I would go ahead to rinse them off and I added some onion to that. So I would go ahead to blend them and set aside. So after that, I went ahead to chop some onion. For this recipe, you need enough onion because it adds to the very delicious taste of this native rice. If you don't like seeing your onion in your food, I would always recommend you blend them, but you need that flavor in this recipe. I would just set that aside and then I would go ahead to chop some scent leaves as well. This is another key ingredient when making this native rice. So you need some onion and then some scent leaves as well. So I'll just chop that up as well and then set aside. After that, I checked on the meat, and at this point, it was very soft, just like I would always want it to be. Then I went in with the washed rice, and then I just added a little bit of salt because I tasted it and I needed a little bit more salt. So I'll just cover this and then let it cook. So the next thing to do is to chop the meat into tiny bite sizes. At this point, the meat is completely cold. So you just want to make sure you chop them up in tiny bite sizes. This is just going to help you get a very, very evenly distributed meat in the native rice. If you're watching this video and you get to like, please do well to like this video, and if you're yet to subscribe, please don't forget to subscribe. Also tap the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. And please always drop your comments, okay? Thank you. Please always make sure to debone the meat so you have a very stress-free eating period, okay? You don't want to stress yourself while eating this meal. So once I'm done cutting, I'll just set that aside. Then I went ahead to check on the rice, and at this point it was 95% ready, and this is what you want. Please make sure you cook your rice very well. If you need to add in more water, please do that, and always make sure to cover your rice properly because it cooks with steam, okay? So after that, I go in with some palm oil into my wok, then go in with some diced onion and some chopped scent leaves. I'll just stir this and just let it do its thing for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then after which I would go in with the diced meat, and then I'll just stir this for about 2 to 3 minutes before I go in with the fish. Once I add in the fish, I would go ahead to fry this for about 5 more minutes. So in total, we are frying for 7 minutes. So this is why you want to make sure the meats are properly cooked so that you get a very sweet taste out of it. After that, I went in with the pepper mixture that has been blended, then went in with some seasoning, some salt, and then some crayfish. I'll just let this fry while I stir it on low heat for about 3 minutes. These are peppers, you don't want to over fry them, so just do that a little bit on low heat. So once you've gotten a very good result just like mine, go ahead to add in the cooked rice. Once you're done with that, go ahead to combine this together and then fry for about 8 to 10 minutes on low heat. This is going to help you get a very tasty rice, and then the grains are going to stand apart. And trust me, that is the best result whenever you're making native rice, okay? So just make sure you do that very, very well. And that's why you need a very big pot while making this recipe. So once you've done that, go ahead to add in the rest of the scent leaves into the rice and then just give this a very good stir for about 3 minutes. Guys, can you just take a moment to appreciate this beauty? Because this rice looks so beautiful, and trust me, it tasted really, really amazing. I hope you all give it a try. See you in my next one.